Oh my God. I just hit one. Hello, and welcome to Larger Curves. Thank you for coming through to Larger Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. On your way in, go ahead and ring my bell, so you can get notified when I upload videos. All right. Thanks for coming through. This is just a real short little, I have not been on purpose dropping anything Diddy related, because I was talking to a friend of mine and we were discussing the dark energy that has to do with, and all of the residual tethers that are in proximity to the darkness that is that situation. And so I've just been watching from over here, and I've heard stuff over the years. I've known some people in, like, you could call it the music industry, the movie world. And they've mentioned some things about some things, and I've seen some things that I don't have to mention to know that it was real. But this Jay-Z thing, now that he's mentioned, I'm like, okay, the magic is obviously wearing off to a degree where the tethers are catching those people up, and they're not going to have time for me, because they're going to need to keep all that over there. And I don't want to give a lot of it energy. It's really dark, disturbing type of energy that is happening with that whole Diddy case. And so, everything we do over here is alleged for entertainment purposes, in the opinion of, and stuff like that, free speech and whatnot, until we can't, right? Dustin Butler, hey, what's good? So I was coming through right now because I have some time before I go over to Dr. Heavenly's and watch her review on Married to Medicine in a minute. She's going to go on at 7, and so I'm going to go over there. But I wanted to come here real quick because Make It Make Sense Mims just went live. Congratulations, Mims, on your 200,000. That's right. We're on our way to 3,000 over here. That's right. And so Mims just reported and read the documents about the Jay-Z situation. So I also went and did my Google thing, and here we have it. Google's is also giving us some info. All I do is type in Jay-Z Diddy 13. And I'm not laughing. I'm just laughing at how few words it takes to get it precise. That Jay-Z has now been accused in a civil lawsuit, named outright. His whole government name, we know him as Jay-Z, has been named in a civil lawsuit of R-ing a 13-year-old girl in 2000, along with Sean Diddy Combs. It had everything to do with the notorious VMAs when J-Lo accompanied Diddy to the VMAs. They actually got into a now well reported on argument at the VMAs, and then went to this party where this 13-year-old girl was AR'd repeatedly by Jay-Z and Diddy, according to court documents. And what had happened was, she was a Jane Doe, and Diddy and his lawyers, and Jay-Z and his lawyers rather, were like the anonymous accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, said the assault happened after she was driven to an MTV Music Video Award after party. The federal lawsuit was originally filed in October in the Southern District of New York, listing Combs as defendant. It was refiled Sunday to include Carter. Texas-based attorney Tony Buzz, who filed the suit, did not comment. Carter called the allegations idiotic in a lengthy statement Sunday evening and alleged that Busby was engaged in unprofessional behavior. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whoever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? Carter said in a statement to NBC News. These allegations, these alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. The spokesman for the U.S. Attorney General's Office of the Southern District of New York declined to comment on whether the office is pursuing a case when the NBC News was reporting on the lawsuit. Busby has filed several lawsuits in recent months. All have withheld their complainants' names, accusing Combs of assault and rape. This is the first suit in which he has named another high-profile defendant. In a statement, legal representatives for Combs called the suits shameless publicity stunts designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about Mr. Combs. As the legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence that the facts and integrity of the judicial process in court and truth will prevail. Mr. Combs has never SA'd or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor, the statement read. So that must have been from before, because he's currently in jail, right? So before the lawsuit was refiled on Sunday, Carter had received a letter from the plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Busby wrote in the suit, in response to the letter, which NBC has seen, Carter filed his own lawsuit against the accuser's attorneys. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same, Carter added in his statement Sunday. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We are very strict. We have very strict codes of honors. We protect children. The lawsuit claims that in 2000, when Doe was 13, Combs and Carter arred her at a house party after the MTV Music Awards in New York. And the documents read that there was a Jane Doe also there watching them do it. And no, it was not Beyonce. It couldn't have been, because she wasn't even at that award show with Diddy, but J-Lo was. So we could speculate, allegedly, it could be J-Lo, right? Allegedly. I mean, she left so fast after that and the Pow Pow incident, man. So the lawsuit says a friend dropped her off at the VMA Radio City Music Hall. She did not have a ticket. She approached various limousine drivers to try to gain access to the show or an after party. One driver, the lawsuit says, told her that he worked for Combs and that she would fit with what Diddy was looking for. He invited her to the after party, where he told her to return to his car later, where he transported her to Carter and Combs, the suit says. Later, the driver picked her up, the suit says, and after 20 minutes, they arrived at a white house with a U-shaped driveway, the suit says. She had to sign a document that she believed was a non-disclosure on arrival and did not receive a copy to enter the party, which the suit says was filled with celebrities and people doing marijuana and cocaine. She was offered a drink that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. The suit says that she went into a room to rest. Shortly afterwards, the suit says Combs and Carter entered the room, with Combs saying, You are ready to party. You're ready to party. It wasn't a question. It had an exclamation point right here, you guys. That's when she alleges Carter removed her clothes, held her down, and arred her while Combs and an unnamed female celebrity watched. She says Combs also arred her as Carter and the woman looked on. The suit says she was able to resist being forced to perform oral sex on Combs by hitting him in the neck and that he stopped. After the alleged assault, the suit says she grabbed her clothes and left. She made her way to a gas station where she called her father. The accuser is seeking unspecified damages. The lawsuit is filed under the New York's Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act. My only heartbreak is for my family, Carter said in a statement. My wife and I have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about this nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. What's good, Allie from Miami? Thanks for coming through. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe an idiotic claim you have levied against me. If not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable, Carter added. So somebody did a post and delete that he's acquainted with, and it's not looking too good for him. I just wanted to follow that up with this because I've been following her.
To another person. Now, Jay-Z, this is going to come to a screeching halt. Screeching halt. And he is legal troubles for Jay-Z that come up in November. There are legal troubles for Jay-Z that come up in November, and they come attached to another person. Now, Jay-Z, this is going to come to a screeching halt. Screeching halt. And he is using his queen, which is Queen B, Beyonce, to help him maneuver in that fashion. That these two engage in ritual expression involved with fire, candle magic, which is really kind of novice, but I'm seeing them melt like wax candles. So the facade that they both have and that their family has is actually crumbling right now. You will see it within 3 years. In the future months, we're going to see conversation from Russell Simmons. It's either behind the scenes, something that is going to bring about a change in how the public looks at Jay-Z. To get Jay-Z connected to Clive Davis, connected to P. Diddy, and so there's a succession of things happening. Clive is old right now, so he's probably next in line. There are legal troubles for Jay-Z that come up in November, and they come attached to another person. Now, Jay-Z, this is going to come to a screeching halt. Screeching halt. And he is using his queen, which is Queen B, Beyonce, to help him maneuver in that fashion.
So we heard it straight from Sloan Bella. She's a psychic. She's actually the same psychic who originally channeled Kim Porter, the deceased ex of Sean Diddy Combs. And Kim said that she was going to make it happen where everything happened and Diddy's truth came out and everybody would find out how he had been. And Kim was channeled through Sloan Bella here. And so Sloan was the first person that I had heard of. And I heard it way before it happened. I heard it when she said, not only was Diddy going to get caught up, but he was going to get caught up and everything was going to start to crumble around Easter, the resurrection. And that's exactly when everything started coming out. And then she said, but nothing would happen to him until around October. And that by December, he would want to talk, but they wouldn't let him. That she had foretold all of this last year, you guys. Last year. So because she foretold all of that since last year, I've been following her. And now this year, the more she's been channeling and the more she's been right about Diddy, she's talked about how Jay-Z was going to be next and he was going to be trapped in it, and how Beyonce allegedly is going to try to get away, but she's too in it. And she's saying that Usher is in on it and that Justin Bieber is a victim, but he also has done some dirt himself. And she actually said she doesn't feel him like by next spring or something like that. She said, I want that to be true. But she like is foretelling a lot of stuff. And so far, I mean, he got caught in the resurrection Easter. And by the end of October, he's getting these charges against him wanting to get out of jail. And now he's already in court. It's December and he's appearing in court currently. Sean Diddy Combs is currently appearing in court and he's not speaking on his own behalf. They're not letting him speak on his own behalf. So everything she said is happening. And now Jay-Z, who we just heard say would be caught up, attached to somebody else by November. Now we find out that he's been in this case since October. And because he got snippy and his court decided to sue the girl back, the Jane Doe back, and wanted her to try to prove herself or something like that, whatever the answer was that he did to the people, whatever the answer was that Jay-Z's attorneys did to the Jane Doe's attorney, this Busby guy, is the reason that Jay-Z went from being John Doe to named as Jay-Z with his government name, y'all. You see how you never win when you play dirty, and God don't like ugly, okay? That was a dirty move. She has a right to remain anonymous until the court says so, but trying to force her as a way to, then they would be able to get to her on top of it. And we've heard all the stories about people being gotten to, allegedly. Would that have to do as far as witnessing in this case? And, but Sloan's not scared of that. She's still telling it. You guys should check her out. She's over here in the YouTube street, Sloan Bella. And like I said, I just wanted to come share this real quick. I'm going to get off of here. You guys make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already, ring the bell. And maybe you guys will come over to Dr. Heavenly's. That's where I'm going to be. You know, I'm her mod. I don't have a wrench all the way, but she knows I'm her mod. She knows. Don't worry about it. I'm not crazy. So maybe you guys will come over to Dr. Heavenly. She's going to go live in a couple minutes. I'm going to go grab some water and I'm going to go over there. Curvies, thanks for stopping by. Love you. Have an awesome evening. Ta-ta.